Konnichiwa, and welcome to another podcast of the NC Roy Academy Group. We are live here at the Charlotte Comic Con, and we are talking to Michael Eury, editor of Back Issue and a new magazine called Retro Fan. How did you come up with the idea of Retro Fan?
Oh, well, it's kind of what really was the seed that got planted was a book I did for Tomorrow's last year called Hero a Go-Go. And Hero a Go-Go, it's a book about the camp movement of the 60s. So campy comic books, campy superheroes, campy crime fighters, Batman dancing the Batusi, all that stuff. I had the best time researching that book. I reread all those old comics. I watched a lot of TV cartoons on YouTube of stuff that I grew up with, like the Mighty Heroes, the Mighty Hercules, all this great stuff, old Green Hornet episodes. So that really got me juiced about that overall period of just kind of doing something on a regular basis that looked at pop culture of my childhood. And so Retro Fan, I kind of wanted to do it some years earlier and actually talked to John Morrow maybe some 5 years ago about it, but the timing just wasn't right. But after Hero a Go-Go and that positive result from that, I decided that it was time to do this, and John agreed. And Scott Saavedra, who is the designer of Hero a Go-Go, also is the designer of Retro Fan magazine.
Do you have any plans for doing any other shows after this one?
Conventions?
Yes.
Let's see, the Concord Microcon on May 5th, Free Comic Book Day, here in Concord. Of course, this is the Charlotte Comic Con today, but that's really it by name, because geographically we're here in Concord at the Concord Convention Center. And Concord is my hometown, so I probably had the shortest drive of anybody here today. But let's see, so that one, Heroes Con. And then in mid-June, I'm headed out to Metropolis, Illinois. I'm a guest at the Superman celebration. Which
for the 80th anniversary?
Yeah, isn't that cool? I was there 10 years ago for the 70th, because 10 years ago my Krypton companion book came out. And I guess I didn't wear out my welcome because they asked me to come back. But there might have been like a 10-year statute of limitation or something before they let me back into town. But no, I'm looking forward to going out there again. Jack O'Halloran, who I interviewed last year, Non from the first two Superman movies, is one of the guests, so I'll get to see him again. The interview I did with him is going to be in Back Issue number 109 this November. That's the Superman the movie 40th anniversary issue. Wonderful issue. We're just now starting to put it together, but it's going to be fabulous. And so we got some other guests. A couple of whom Dan Johnson just interviewed for that same issue of Back Issue. Jeff East, young Clark Kent, is going to be there. And Aaron Smolinsky, did I say that correctly, Dan?
Yes.
Smolinsky, who was Baby Kal-El, the little guy. He had a nude scene in that movie, I believe, didn't he?
Well, he keeps referring to himself that he embarrassed the kid because he was a naked kid in the movie.
Okay, yeah, if you remember Superman the movie, when little Kal-El pops out, he really pops out of that ship, and Mama, here I am. So that was adorable back then. So 40 years later, this guy has had to live that now, but he's got a good sense of humor about it. And he's sharing some stories that Dan recorded for Back Issue, but also I will look forward to meeting him face to face in Metropolis.
You're a big fan of Plastic Man, aren't you?
Man, you got it. I love Plastic Man. Yeah, Gail Simone's doing a Plastic Man miniseries. Did you hear about that?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, it comes out this summer, and Plastic Man just came back in the pages of The Terrifics, which is a new series that DC's doing. The Fantastic Four has been in publishing limbo for a while, so DC more or less is doing, even though the Fantastic Four is coming back, but the DC's doing their own version of the FF with the Terrifics. They've got Mr. Terrific instead of Mr. Fantastic, the smartest guy in the room. Plastic Man. Standing in for the Thing would be Metamorpho, another one of my favorite characters. Metamorpho and Plastic Man are probably, outside of Batman and Superman, my two favorite comic book characters. They're just wonky, they're weird, they're funny, if handled right. But I love them. And then the Phantom Girl from Legion of Superheroes is your Invisible Girl stand-in. So they're terrific. I'm plugging a DC book today, but it's a fun book.
You've met my late mentor, Sam Granger, didn't you?
Of course.
Do you have any stories with Sam?
He was probably back in the 80s when I was slowly but surely starting to inch my way into the business. He was the first comic book pro I met, and had a couple of conversations with. And he was just genuine, approachable, encouraging. So I was really moved by that. He was a very nice guy, and back then he was still sort of basking in the glow of X-Men, which he had been inking. So he had great name recognition, even though he'd been working for a while. And just the nicest guy, just a really nicest guy, and very encouraging guy. And so those are the guys I look back now 30 years later, that I've been in this business off and on in different shapes. The mentors, the people who were encouraging to me early on, are the ones that just really maintain a nice warm spot in my heart.
Okay. Thank you for doing this podcast today, and have a good day.
Thanks for asking.
Bye-bye.